and welcome to this year's installment of Painting 101. That's where you remember the basic things about what we need to remember when we're painting in the lower school art room. And yes, some of this will be completely cheesy and cringy, but just bear with me because that's what I do. Look at these sad paintbrushes. These paintbrushes are sad because they used to have beautiful points to them, and now they're really fuzzy and kind of crazy. Let's compare that to this paintbrush. This paintbrush, it's got a couple of hairs that are a little out of place, but for the most part, the tip on this paintbrush can make a really nice, beautiful painted line. You may remember that I like to pretend that my paintbrushes are ballerinas. And ballerinas, as you know, dance so beautifully on their tiptoes. And that's what I need you to remember about these paintbrushes. These paintbrushes, when you're painting with them, should dance on their tiptoes beautifully, like that. And this sad paintbrush, I'm going to use as an example of what not to do. I would never, ever to see you do this to a paintbrush. Bend it like that.
Oh my gosh!
Again, this is a not to do. I never want to see you sticking it in and swirling it around like that. It breaks my heart. And not only does it break my heart, it breaks the bristles, the hair on the paintbrushes, and it turns that beautiful tiptoeing ballerina into a booty scooting ballerina, a ballerina who's scooting on her booty, and she's hairless. She's the ugliest, hairless, booty scooting ballerina I've ever seen. So please, let's make sure that our paintbrushes stay nice and pointy instead of sad and fluffy. Thank you. When you need water for your painting, please fill it up halfway. Fill your water cup up halfway with water. And then when you need to get a new color, and please rinse your paintbrush between colors. Nobody likes to see this or that. Make sure you're rinsing your paintbrush between colors. And when you rinse your paintbrush, put your paintbrush in the water, bounce it a little bit on the bottom of your cup, and then if it drips, wipe it on the lip of your cup. Not this lip, the lip of this cup. So if it drips, wipe it on the lip. Don't bang it like that because you probably will get water all over your painting and a friend's painting. If you don't like how wet your paintbrush is, grab a paper towel and then you can just wipe your paintbrush on the paper towel and get back to work. Easy. So remember, rinse your paintbrushes between colors. We need to make sure that we are waking up the paint. That means before I use these temper cakes or the watercolors, I need to get my paintbrush wet and then put my wet paintbrush onto the color. Please don't take your water cup and pour it onto these. But what that does, and that's what happened with this guy, someone poured some water in here, and then these temper cakes, they soak up the water, and then when they dry, they crack. So please don't pour water onto these. Just wake up the paint by getting your paintbrush wet and then putting it on the temper cake. If you want to use one of these flower palettes for mixing colors, I love that. But you might have had this happen to you, where when you go to clean it, you turn the water on, and then you put it under, and then the water splurts all over you. So when you're washing these out, and I need you to wash them out before you put them away, make sure instead of having these go flat or angled towards you, make sure that these are angled away from you. And you don't need to turn the water on really hard. Just, a nice drizzle is okay. Things go back where you got them. So if you got a paintbrush over here, that's where it would go. Paints go back where you got them. Water cups go back where you got them. Flower palettes go back where you got them. I never really want to see paintbrushes over in the sink or the drying racks. I never want to see anything left in the sinks. Super last quick reminder about cleanup. When you hear the 5-minute warning, that's a time for finishing touches only. You can't get new paper at that point. Put finishing touches on what you're working on. Then, when the cleanup song starts, you're gonna clean up your spot. And then if you are a fast cleaner-upper, you can help a friend. But there's no reason anybody should be sitting down while the cleanup song is on, because everybody can help clean up the art room. All right, friends, you may paint or draw today. Thanks for listening.